Hey, what's up? What's up, beautiful people? What is going on? How is everybody out there? Happy Tuesday, happy full moon, happy Samhain in a couple of days. I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited. All Hallows Eve is coming. Halloween is and has been my absolute favorite holiday outside of Thanksgiving, obviously, because I'm not skinny, but Halloween is one of my favorite holidays since I was a little girl, and I'm very excited. The energy right now is so strong, and it's incredible. Tonight's video, I'm going to try to keep short, but you know I love you guys, and y'all know how I can talk, so can't make any promises. Plus I have a lot of things I want to go over, but I am going to try to keep this relatively short tonight. So tonight I wanted to talk to you guys about energy cleansing and spiritual cleansing, and when to do one and how to know if you need to do one or not. And what kind of prompted me is some recent events that have happened over the past few weeks to me personally. And at the time, as they were starting to occur, I really didn't really give it too much thought, didn't put too much energy into it, and then it kind of just smacked me like a ton of bricks the other day. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do a video on this because it could possibly be happening to you too. So, someone said to me a few days ago, you know, you're a witch, so how is it X, Y, and Z can be occurring to you or happening in your life? And I'm like, well, yes, I am a witch, but that doesn't mean that I'm excluded from psychic attack, negative energy, you know, just shit being thrown my way. Because we are in this full moon energy, because Samhain is approaching, the veil between this world and those that have crossed over to the other side has gotten thinner. I'm finding myself, I'm seeing spirits, you know, around me all the time. I'm hearing, you know, they're talking to me because I'm sensitive and I've always been able to see them. And for that reason, a lot of you that are sensitive or are clairvoyant or are mediums or practicing magic or just starting to practice magic, this time is a very crucial time period, and it is important to know how to ground yourself and protect yourself and cleanse yourself as well. So, where do I begin? Energy cleansing. I'm just going to be really real with you guys. For the past couple of weeks, I have had a couple of odd things that I didn't think were odd until just the other night happened. I have had three wine glasses to break. Now, you guys know I like to drink my wine. And each time that this has happened, these wine glasses were not really in places where they could be easily knocked over. And the first time it happened, I didn't think too much of it. I was like, oh, you know what, maybe you're just being a little clumsy, knocked the wine glass over, broke, no big deal. The second time it happened, it did kind of mind boggle me a little bit, but not enough to really say, something's going on here. So the third time it happened, I set my wine glass down. Now, mind you guys, I didn't have that much wine, so I can't say I was tipsy or clumsy, and my cat didn't do it because she was on the other side of the room. I set my wine glass down, it falls over and breaks, and I'm like, okay. Now, my girlfriend was here visiting from out of town, and she saw it, and she was like, how did that happen? And I didn't really want to tell her what I thought it was because I didn't want to scare her since she had to stay at my house for a couple of days. But I was like, I don't know. And she was like, I watched you put it down. You didn't knock it down. Like, it went down and then it fell over. Again, I didn't really put too much mind into it the other night until this morning. I have a Himalayan salt lamp in my bedroom, and I was getting ready to change the light bulb. And the bulb burst, like literally broke in my hands. And I was like, okay, now glass breaking is never a good sign. So it's that and a combination of just a couple of other things that have been going on the last couple of weeks that I'm not going to get into. And I'm like, okay, you know what? it's time to do an energy cleansing. So I'm just going to go over a few signs and symptoms of when you may recognize that it's time to do an energy cleansing. And I have notes here. Someone said in one of my videos, you're always looking down. It's because I have notes so I can kind of stay on target. So if I'm looking down, that's the reason why. First and foremost, if you are feeling suddenly tired, suddenly drained, just like zero energy, and I don't mean like you've worked all day and you've been chasing after the kids and all that. I mean like you were feeling perfectly fine. You know, you may be a little tired, but not anything unusual, and you go from like 0 to 100, that is a sign that you could be under spiritual or psychic attack, and or that you've picked up some negative energy from wherever you've been out or whomever you've been around during the day. Another thing is, there are individuals that are energy vampires, psychic vampires, and they don't really know it. Now, some of them do, but some of them don't. And if you're ever around an individual or on the phone with someone, or you've encountered someone and you were feeling, you know, pretty good, your normal self, your energy level was normal, and then all of a sudden, you know, within a few minutes of being away from that person, or, you know, not talking to them, or leaving the room or something, you start to feel very lethargic and maybe irritable, perhaps even emotional, or tired, or your head starts hurting, or you're nauseated. That person just zapped your energy, and you need to do a cleansing immediately. If you've had an argument with an individual, you know, somebody gave you the bird in traffic, you just had a fight with your spouse, your boss just yelled at you, they've just thrown all this fucked up energy on you, you need to do a cleansing, okay? If you encounter a lot of people that are sick, I'm in the medical field, and 95% of my patients are elderly and they're very ill. So when I go into work and I ask a patient how they're doing, and they say, I'm terrible, this hurts and that hurts. It's like they just threw that stuff on me, and I'm like, oh, child. Now, I keep my crystals on me, and, you know, I keep my herbs in my mojo bag and everything, but at the end of the day, you still have to cleanse that energy off of you, especially if you work around a lot of death. That is very important to do your cleansing, and especially right now around Samhain, do your cleansings. If you're feeling uncontrollably irritable for some reason, anxious, upset, emotional, and you don't know why, you are a happy person, you know, things go genuinely well for you, you don't have any specific reason to feel this way, this is time to do a cleansing. If you are constantly forgetting things, misplacing things, losing things, keys are disappearing, you're not yourself, you're kind of foggy, you need to do a cleansing. Okay. If things just start going downhill for you, if, you know, the car is breaking down and you're having arguments and stuff with people at work, and you're constantly running like, if it's just stuff that's not normal for you, that seems like bad luck, you know what I mean, you may want to do a cleansing. Before and after doing any magical workings, and this is if you're doing magic for yourself, if you're practicing magic for someone else, and especially if you're doing workings for someone else, if you're just starting out, or even if you're experienced, and you are casting spells for clients, or you're working on certain things, you're trying to bring in or remove, or whatever it is, if you're doing anything that pertains to the spirit world, if you've done psychic readings and divinations or seances or anything of that nature, it is very important to cleanse and rebalance and restore your energy. Okay, so how do you do that? Well, there are dozens and dozens of different ways of doing cleansings. There are dozens of herbs and methods, and there's hundreds of videos on YouTube how to do it, so you can, find what works best for you. What I like to do, because you guys know I like to keep it simple, and usually I don't always have a lot of time. I do a salt bath. Now, I will do a big cleansing, a real cleansing ritual from time to time, but if it's just my daily routine or just at the end of the week, I'm feeling heavy, I'm feeling bogged down, I'm not feeling myself, I will do a simple salt bath. So what you do is you get yourself some sea salt. If you only have table salt, that's fine, but I like to use sea salt or kosher salt. And I also get myself some bay leaf. Bay leaf you can find at any local grocery store. It's usually in your Latin markets or Latin section of your grocery store, or in your spice section. So bay leaves, they're only a couple of dollars. Some kosher salt, and what you want to do is you want to put that into a sit bath. You have the option of putting it directly into your bath, although I like to boil it on my stove for either 7 or 13 minutes. I also infuse it with my intent and I pray over it, and then I pour it in the bath. And also what that does is it prevents the bay leaves from getting, into the tub, and then it's getting clogged into the drain. It just kind of prevents all that sort of stuff. You can also add, if you have holy water or Florida water, you can throw some of that in there as well. It is not necessary, so if you don't have it, don't stress out. But if you do have it or you can get some, I would definitely recommend adding one of those two into your baths, and you sit there. You pour the water over you, and you are visualizing the energy just coming off of you. I usually will visualize as I'm pouring the water over my body, it's crystallizing, it's removing all the toxins, it's removing the words, it's removing the bad energy, it's just removing all the shit that I've encountered that day. You can also light a white candle and have that in your bath with you, and it can be a little tea light or a little votive candle, something from the 99-cent store, and just kind of incorporate that white light, that healing energy, that cleansing energy. And when you get out of the tub, as the water is going down, you are visualizing all that stuff has just come out of your energy field, out of your aura, and it is going down the drain, and it is going away. Okay? You can say a prayer, a mantra, an incantation. You can simply sit there and say all negative energy, all evil thoughts, anything that doesn't serve my highest good is now going to be removed from me. So something as simple as that. For those of you that work with Psalms, or if you're not sure if you want to use a Psalm, Psalm number 23, the Lord is my shepherd, that is an excellent one. That is my go-to. And I don't necessarily work out of the Bible per se, but I do use Psalms in a lot of my spell work because they are powerful and they do work. So that is an option for you. But like I said, any mantra, any words of power, anything that you feel that comes to you that you feel to say to rid yourself of negative energy is absolutely perfectly fine, because as we know, it's all about visualization and intent. And you will feel a lot better. You will get out the tub and actually feel lighter. Okay, so my timer looks like it's running out. But I do hope that was helpful. Questions and comments, leave them below. And I thank you for watching my Let's Talk Magic series. You can also get me on Facebook under Jasmine Aten, A-T-E-N, Mystic at the Crossroads. That is the quickest way to get a response. And I accept everyone's friend requests. So friend request me, send me a private message, and I will talk to you all soon. Love and light.